Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the mid-March 2023 reading for the zodiac sign of Sagittarius. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But let's go ahead and jump in and get started, Sagittarius. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so the last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a general look at what's coming through the remainder of March. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We'll also do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you. But again, going back to column number 1, what's wrapping up and coming to a close. Let's see here. We have a summary affirmation card of I am destined. So this is like something was destiny. Something was meant to happen. Something was bound to happen these last few weeks or month. But let's go ahead and take a look here and see what messages, Sagittarius, we have coming through underneath. Okay, first up we have the 5 of Coins. The 5 of Coins is a card with a bunch of different meanings, so I'm going to give you a couple different things here. The first meaning is like ill health, so some of you could have had a cold or been a little bit under the weather these last few weeks. This is also a card of worry. Or in some cases, this could be like financial issues or financial struggles. I will say worry seems to be sticking out the strongest here for me, Sagittarius. But let's see what other messages we come up with. The next card we have is the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups is a card of wishes coming true. This is material abundance. This is good health. So for some of you, I think you were sick, but then it seems like we did get over the cold or whatever illness we had, which is good to see, Sagittarius. But it's like, this is such a literal translation of obtaining what you want. Wishes coming true. So whatever you've been wishing for, hoping for, it came true. Again, it was like it was destined to happen for you. So super nice energy there with the 9 of Cups. At the bottom here, we have the Wheel of Fortune. If you've watched my readings before, you know the Wheel of Fortune is one of my favorite cards in the entire deck. It's a card of good luck, a card of good fortune. It's a turning point as well. So it could be a really good shift of energy for you here too. But let's go ahead and clarify, see what other messages I can give you here, Sagittarius. First, we have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is a really strong love card. This is romantic love. This is Prince or Princess Charming, Knight in shining armor type energy. This can also be proposal or marriage. So definitely some love spinning around here. For those of you where the love meaning doesn't resonate, the Knight of Cups can also be about the proposal, about the opportunity. So you could have been worried about a relationship or worried about a opportunity. But again, really nice cards coming through underneath. So like the 9 of Cups saying that wish is coming true. And then the Wheel of Fortune also indicating a turning point. The next card that we have is the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands is a card of keeping and maintaining boundaries. The message that I'm getting here, Sagittarius, is now that you have this thing, now that the wish has come true, the focus needs to be on maintaining it. And then at the bottom here, we have the Chariot. The Chariot and the Wheel of Fortune are such a nice pairing together. Somebody once described the Chariot to me as the vroom vroom card. It means there's action, there's change. It's about being on a journey. And it's so fitting with that Wheel of Fortune and being at that turning point. So you really turned the corner and began this journey. So looks like a pretty good last few weeks or month there for you, Sagittarius. Let's go and move on to our next column though, which is in general what's coming for the remainder of March. We have the card, I Will Surrender. I Will Surrender is a good reminder. One I think that we need more often than we probably get. But there are certain things that we can't carry with us anymore, and those are things that we need to surrender. This could be a relationship, a feeling, baggage, whatever it may be. But again, there's times and places where we do have to surrender certain things that are no longer serving us. So let's go ahead and take a look here and see what messages we have coming for the next few weeks. And don't hesitate to let go of those things that are just no longer serving you here, Sagittarius. Okay. First up, we have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is a card of secrets. It's a card of mystery. A lot of times this is some unknown information, so be aware of that. This is also a card that is about trusting your gut and trusting your intuition to navigate. So there are going to be things where I think you're not getting the full picture, you're not seeing the full story going into the last few weeks of the month. So it's important, again, that we use that intuition to guide us through. The High Priestess is a very spiritual card, and when I see it, I know that the person I'm reading for is spiritual or psychic or intuitive. So lean in on your intuition. It's very good and will serve you well going into the remainder of this month. The next card that we have is the Judgment card. The Judgment card is a card that's always favorable for you, Sagittarius. This is a card of clarity, which I like to see because, again, with the High Priestess, it's like there was something unknown. So this is saying you're going to get the information that you need. The Judgment card, though, does indicate a decision. And I will say it's like you need to make the decision to surrender so you can move forward. There's something we need to let go of, but you need to make the decision to let go of it here, Sagittarius. At the bottom here, we have the Six of Swords. Also very fitting given the cards we've seen so far. This is a card of going through a necessary transition. On the original deck of cards, there's a boat, and the boat's heading in a nice forward, positive direction. The Six of Swords is carrying us through this necessary transition. It can also be physically moving or relocating, but it's like we need to make the decision to surrender so we can move forward and move on to a better place here. Let's go ahead and take a look at clarifiers. First, we have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is a very gossipy card. It's a card of like drama, gossip, water cooler talk. Be kind of aware. I was telling you with the High Priestess, I don't feel like you have the full story. It's like this gossip and this drama isn't the full story. Just be aware of that. The Page of Swords, though, is a card of truth. So similar to what the Judgment card was saying, it does seem like we're going to figure out the information. We're going to get the clarity we need. But just be aware, there's some missing pieces of information here. The next card that we have is the Wheel of Fortune. We already talked about the Wheel of Fortune in the previous column. Again, one of my favorite cards in the entire deck. The Wheel of Fortune is a card of good luck, good fortune, but it's that turning point. So it's, again, making this decision, turning the corner, and moving forward on this journey. At the bottom here, we have such a nice pairing of the Six of Swords and the Death card as well. I always like to throw out there the Death card does not mean death, but it does indicate a transformation. It indicates big changes, endings. It's saying it's time to move on. So again, there's something that needs to be surrendered. There's something we need to move on from so we can turn the corner and move into this next chapter. Okay, Sagittarius, next up we're going to take a look at anything related to money. We're going to start with a quick money tips, tricks, affirmation card. In this case, it's an affirmation. It says, I am in a happy and healthy relationship with money. In this call, we're going to talk about anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, whatever you associate with money here, Sagittarius. First, we have the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is a card of anxiety, grief, depression. We're not really loving our job right now, Sagittarius, and I'm trying to see if I can get an answer as to why. But it's just like, I think there are multiple things happening. Let me start with that. With the Nine of Swords, though, it's like, it's bothering you to the point where it's keeping you awake at night. We're anxious about it. We're depressed about going to work. Things are not right with job, it seems. Like we're not enjoying the work here. We're going to clarify that Nine of Swords, of course, but again, things don't seem to be quite right with work. The next card we have is the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is typically a love card, but it really focuses on partnership. So perhaps there's a relationship that's in jeopardy right now, and that's causing some of the feelings. I do think there could be a new relationship that kind of comes in as a saving grace, though. The Two of Cups can also be a card of proposal, so some sort of new opportunity. Again, there's some sort of saving grace coming in here, Sagittarius. The next card that we have is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is very free-spirited, very creative. When I see the Knight of Wands, this card like yells freedom at me, which I actually love because, again, the Nine of Swords doesn't feel right, but this is like freedom from feeling crappy and not feeling the best, or whatever this struggle or relationship that is having conflict. But let's go ahead and clarify and see what other insights I can give you here. First up, we have the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a card of teamwork. Again, I think it could be like a specific relationship that's maybe kind of bringing down the career situation for you. The Three of Wands, though, is a card of expansion. It's a card of commerce, which we love to see in the money column, a card of money. But I feel like, again, we're going to expand. We're going to grow past this. We're going to move past whatever this Nine of Swords issue is. The next card that we have is the Ace of Pentacles. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. With the case of Ace of Pentacles, this is job, raise, promotion, investment, some sort of new income, Sagittarius. I love to see this. Again, we were talking about the Two of Cups. There's some sort of new relationship coming in, some sort of opportunity or proposal, some sort of saving grace. The Ace of Pentacles is that confirmation of that something new that's coming. And then at the bottom here, we have the Emperor. The Emperor is such a good long-term card. It's strategic planning. It's saying you're making the right next move. It's a very respectful card as well. So definitely more respect in this new situation. It's also a card of leadership too. So some of you could be moving into a leader role. But the Ace of Pentacles is going to provide a lot of freedom, get you free from whatever this not so good situation is that's happening. So like how that money column is shaped up for you, Sagittarius. Let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to love. We're going to start with a quick love message here. It says, you may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to those events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, family, friends, relationship, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love, Sagittarius. Woo, look at those. All major arcana cards. So big love messages here. Starting at the top, though, we have the Lovers card. We always love to see the Lovers card in the love column. See how many times we can say love there. The Lovers card, though, is a card of partnership, deep love, strength together, all good things. New relationship, existing relationship, kind of whatever you want from love. The Lovers card is a great indicator. The next card we have is the Sun card. The Sun card is, I would say, probably the best card in the tarot deck. This is a card of material happiness, joyous outcome, success. Again, whether this is an existing relationship or a new relationship, this is true happiness and joy. And again, speaking to the strength and success of the relationship. At the bottom here, we have the Devil card. The Devil card can be a card of greed, materialism, envy. It could be kind of an obsessive card. This is like too much of something when we have the Devil card. So be aware of that. There's this potential floating out here of too much of something in the relationship, Sagittarius. Overall, it looks really strong. It looks really happy. But again, at the bottom here, we have the Devil that's warning too much of something. Let's take a look at our clarifiers and see what other messages I can give you. First up, we have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is a very freeing card. It's a very creative card. We're just loving this relationship. It's very energizing. You see how happy and free moving both the horse and rider here in this card. True enjoyment, true freedom. This is also very lusty. Again, it's very relationship-like, very intrigued, very connected. The next card we have is the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is a card stress, exhaustion, having too many burdens. This is really going to connect to the card below that we were talking about, the Devil card. There's too much of something here. And this too much of something can lead to this kind of stress or this breakdown or this exhaustion. So we need to be careful of whatever this is, this too much of something here, Sagittarius. And then at the bottom here we have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a card of family, friends, reunions. It's about getting reconnected. This can also be a celebration. This kind of sounds silly, Sagittarius, but I'm just going to tell you what I'm hearing. I think there could be like too much travel going on or too many different parties or too many things. You like need some quiet time here, Sagittarius, I guess is what this is coming through. It's like we're out doing too many things. We're overdoing it. Maybe you like are going out like to a bar or something too frequently or going out to eat too frequently. I'm not sure. There's too much of something happening here though, Sagittarius, so keep an eye on it. Okay, now let's take a look at our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guide. We have the card, I feel peaceful. I love this. We always need more balance, more harmony, more peace. So I hope you are feeling quite peaceful going into the remainder of March. Again, good place to be there. But let's go ahead and take a look and see what messages we've got in this final column. Okay, first up we have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is very confident, very self-assured. Not quite sure how this is coming into play yet, but we'll read into it a little bit more. But that's the message, is to be confident and to be self-assured there, Sagittarius. Next up we have the Magician. The Magician is one of those cards we love to have anywhere in the reading. It's focused creativity. It's turning visions into reality. It's very inspired action. So circling back to the Queen of Wands, in order for the Magician to deliver, you need to be super, super, super clear about what you want. So again, be confident, be self-assured in what you're hoping to accomplish so the Magician can help deliver that for you. Then at the bottom here, we have the Ten of Cups. For those of you who have watched my readings before, you know the Ten of Cups is my favorite card in the entire deck. It's a card of family, contentment, total love, and support. It is seriously everything wonderful, everything positive. So really positive outcome here. But again, it's about honing in and really focusing on what you want, Sagittarius, so the Magician can help bring that true for you. Let's take a look though here at our clarifiers. First up we have the Queen of Wands. On top of the Queen of Wands, I love when this happens. It's the universe saying, I said what I meant. So there's something you need to get really clear on and be very confident and assured about. The next card is the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is kind of like a card of low feelings or feeling like you're in a low spot. You don't need to worry about how to accomplish this, Sagittarius. That's one of the perfect things about the Magician, is the Magician does the execution. So I think some of you are questioning or feeling bummed out or having some of these negative feelings because you're not sure how you would deliver. But again, the Magician is going to connect those pieces for you. And then at the bottom here, we do have the Lovers card. This very well could be connected to love, or this could indicate a decision that needs to be made. I think more importantly, or I guess the decision to be made, is getting, again, really clear on what you want here, Sagittarius, so you can have that Ten of Cups, happiness, pure bliss. Okay, at this time we're going to take a look at our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But question number 1 is the 6 of Diamonds. This is number 51 card. That's going to be a no. Question number 2 is the 3 of Diamonds. This is number 48 card. That's going to be a yes. And question number 3 is the 3 of Clubs. This is number 5 card. That's going to be a yes. So no, yes, yes there for you, Sagittarius. If you watched our video earlier this month, we did pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. This is a crystal to keep with you through the month of March. Your crystal this month is Garnet, which is good for crisis management, helps solve chaos, and really helps you with your confidence and your power. Last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. your healing note says, life always offers a second chance. It's called tomorrow. Thank you so much, Sagittarius, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. I also did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Sagittarius, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your March.